Hey guys, welcome back to another What If Deku video. I'm just gonna take my time to thank you guys for 500 subscribers. That is half a thousand, and that's a hell of a lot of people. And I just want to thank everybody who's been subscribing and commenting. It's absolutely fantastic. And I do have another goal for you legends if you're out there. Well, no, you are out there, but if anyone new's here, I'd like you to subscribe because that'll help me out a bunch to my next goal, which is 750 subscribers. So that's half of the subscribers I already have added onto the subscribers I've got by the end of March. If I can't hit this, it's absolutely fine, but if I can, I will be over the moon. So I just want to thank you guys. Thank everybody who's been here. It's absolutely amazing. And anyway, let's jump into a video. So first of all, I'm going to explain briefly what his quirk is. His quirk is actually not apparent at first. So Deku being quirkless, he decides to ask his mum if he could still become a hero. His mum, not knowing what to say, says, well, we can try get you, I don't know, lessons in martial arts. And then Deku's like, yes, I can fight. I can not become worthless, as he saw himself. So he goes to get some lessons in martial arts. He is a child prodigy in martial arts. So that's because he's constantly training to get himself up there. This is getting him in a good physical state, and that's when he's told about why not. You're really good at this. You're really good at martial arts. So why not take a path? You're wanting to become a hero, right? You're going to need a weapon that'll actually deal damage. So take a path. Do you want to become a scythe hero? Do you want to become a sword hero? And then that's when Deku shuts him up and basically, well, no, he's not. He doesn't shut him up rudely. He's just like, sword 100%. This is because he is naturally attracted to a sword. I didn't mean it in a weird way. I meant like he's attracted to using a sword. And that's because of his quirk. So what is his quirk? His quirk is, well, first of all, he can use a sword to He can basically use a sword to a master level, and he can use all the swords. Even after viewing a technique for 5 seconds, he's able to pick up a certain sword technique, and then he can fight against the sword technique using either another sword technique or its own sword technique. What I'm trying to say is he has a really good battle aptitude when it comes to sword fighting. Number 2 is he has this ability that lets him enchant the sword. So this enchantment makes the sword glow, except one enchantment, which is called the hero enchantment. This happens every time he picks up a sword. Basically, what it's doing, it doesn't make the sword glow like the other enchantments do, like you would see in the bottom picture, but like the lowest picture on the, and also the picture on the left hand side. It doesn't make the sword glow, but whenever he picks up the sword, it basically limits his damage, so he can't kill them. That's so. If you put an enchanted sword with fire and sharpness 100, basically that'll be a really powerful sword that'll be able to cut through basically anything. If you use that and he tried to stab somebody with it, it will cut them to the point where it leaves them unable to battle, but it would also leave him alive. So basically, even though he's got a really powerful sword, it will limit the power it can output, so it doesn't kill anybody. The reason I've done this one is because of Deku's natural aptitude to wanting to be a hero. Later on in the line, he will learn to control his enchantments, but right now, he don't really have control over them, hence why whenever he picks up a sword, it doesn't enchant straight away. But the ability isn't there. The ability is there, but he hasn't unlocked it yet. Anyway, we're about 5 minutes in, so I'm gonna stop talking about his powers and more release it throughout the story, and start talking about the story, of course. I just want to take 30 seconds to ask you guys to like and subscribe, please. I don't know whether I've done it already, but anyway, thank you guys. You're all legends. You are all absolute legends, and thank you for 500. Anyway, let's jump into it. So, Deku is a kid. he's not bullied for the first year he's a kid. That's because everyone thinks he's going to get a quirk anytime soon, because the average time to get a quirk is about a 5-year-old. So when he tells everybody, oh, I've got a double jointed pinky, which means the doctor says I'm gonna get a quirk, I'm just a late bloomer, everyone believes him. But once we gets to 6 or 7, everyone starts to really just think of him as a fool, think of him as a bully, think of him as a quirkless freak. This is because he's not got his quirk yet, and no one has a clue what it is. But people mess with him because they don't know about his martial arts yet, because he's not told them everything. He's just excited because he told Bakugo about his quirk, and then Bakugo told the whole class about how he's going to get a quirk and how he hasn't got one yet, which makes him a freak. Because Bakugo is a bully, and he's a little bit more meaner in this universe because of what he did. Deku feels betrayed, but he doesn't know that Bakugo told everybody, so he would feel betrayed, but he doesn't, and instead he still feels like Bakugo's his friend. Which will cause, well, yeah, it's a bit like in the canon right now. So anyway, we're going to jump right into what's Deku been doing since he was 5 and 10. So he's been training in basic martial arts and training in swordsman's martial arts. Of course, they've only used wooden swords so far, and Deku got the ropes real quick. He was yet again a child prodigy, which means a really good child. I don't know whether it's a real word, I'm going to be honest. So he was really good at sword martial arts and normal martial arts. This led him to become one of the highest, most respected swordsmen within the swordsman community, because at the age of 10, which is when he graduated, we'll go at the age of 12, he was deemed as, one of the best swordsmen in the area, and actually stopped learning stuff and just ended up training these moves and inventing some of his own moves himself that only he could pull off, and some more basic ones that, yet again, anyone could pull off, but only he used because he invented them himself. So, anyway, leading into the story, Deku still gets bullied. That's because he can't do anything to fight back, although when he sees someone else being bullied, he does try to fight back, though that was at the beginning when he only had 2 or 3 lessons of martial arts, which led him to become the target of the bullies and led him to still get beat, even though he tried. So, but if Deku saw somebody getting bullied, nowadays he would fight. He would use his martial arts in self-defense, but he doesn't see anybody, so he doesn't help anybody because he's the only one being bullied, and he doesn't want to use his martial arts for anyone else's use, but it doesn't want to use martial arts for his own help, basically. So he's still getting bullied. His book gets blown up and thrown out the window. So everything's going like it would in canon. This is then when it leads to him fighting the slime monster, which does happen. So what Deku tries to do is roll out of the way, dodging the slime monster straight away. The slime monster then attempts again to take over his body. That's when Deku actually rolls out the way and tries to punch the slime. His punch going straight through the slime monster's skin. He then realizes that no matter how hard he punches, no matter how hard he humanly uses his strength to punch, he's not going to be able to pierce the slime monster due to him having a slime ability. So Deku then gets his body taken over, but he's managed to stall enough time to when All Might, basically just before Deku goes unconscious, he can see All Might. That's when he gets hit. That's when the slime monster is then hit by a Detroit Smash that is so powerful, it's able to rip the slime monster apart, basically. So the slime monster is ripped apart, and all its guts, green goo, is spread across the floor, which is then collected up in a bottle, and All Might signs Deku's book and waits until he wakes up. When woken up, All Might then says, "Well done, I saw you fight the slime monster a little bit beforehand. I do have to say you were pretty good. Sorry it took me so long to get here and you were unconscious." And Deku then says, No, it's fine. Thank you for saving me." And due to and then due to Deku waking up quicker, because he didn't fully get knocked out, he's a bit knocked out, A, from being surprised by All Might, B, from running out of oxygen, so there's a little bit more time. Deku then asks whether he could become a hero. He's tried everything so far, and that's when All Might then goes, yeah, I reckon you could become a hero, though if you are quirkless, like I can see, maybe think about becoming a policeman instead. So he basically says what he says in the normal series, but a lot more nicer due to him being in his hero quirk and wanting to keep up his hero personality. So Deku, absolutely crushed, is then walking hopelessness. All Might, which we don't know yet, is in small body form. So when All Might jumps, he realizes that basically the bottle wasn't put into his pocket correctly, actually falls out. This is when the bottle falls out and the slime monster is then freed. I'm sorry, just got a Gmail. I was wondering if it's telling me I hit 500 subs, which I want to say yet again, that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all, you're all legends. So anyway, so the slime monster bottle falls out. It hits the ground and it's then released to then chase after Bakugo, who is in the alleyway by himself, a bit like Canon. So Deku's then walking towards the hassle to find out what it is. He realizes it's Bakugo. Learning from his past mistakes, what he actually does is he punches a metal drain within the street. This causes it to crack when he punches it about 4 times, and a piece of metal then cracks off. This is in like the shape of a kind of dagger thing. A bit like, no, that's not realistic enough. Fine, we'll just keep it simple. What I'm actually gonna do is there was a crowbar on the street, so Deku then picks it up, and he then uses his swordsmanships. Then he's like, I can use my swordsman martial arts to take on the slime monster, rather than trying to punch it to death. So, wanting to do that, he starts basically running towards the slime monster. This is all without thinking and on his feet, because he doesn't want to see his friend get destroyed. So, what he does, he then goes, I've got to do this for Bakugo. So when he's running towards it, the crowbar starts to glow a blue colour, and when he swings it, it does quite a lot of air pressure damage. Due to his hero enchantment, it doesn't affect Bakugo because he doesn't want to hurt him at all. So it just goes straight through Bakugo. As for the slime monster, what enchantments Deku's put on the crowbar is he's put sharpness, so even though it's not sharp like a sword, it's acting like it's sharp like a sword. And due to seeing All Might's power earlier, he wants to replicate that, and it does basically increased air pressure. So when he swings his sword, due to the increased air pressure, it pushes the slime monster apart, and this effect works it a bit, so Bakugo can breathe, and then he sees Deku and doesn't want to use his explosions, not wanting to harm the person, which actually has a chance of saving him. Then Deku is then swung at with the slime monster, unable to dodge, and actually quite out of energy due to not using his quirk before. He's then pushed away and slammed against the wall. This cracks the wall and knocks out Deku. Well, basically, doesn't knock him out, but completely wears him out, so he can't move. The heroes, thinking he had a chance, are now getting ready to step in, but also panicking because it might be the death of Deku. But they are kind of grateful that Deku was there, because they realise that he's kept Bakugo alive. Inspired by Deku's hero ability, Deku's running on the spot and not thinking about the danger, All Might then comes along, growing into his hero form, and that's when he uses Detroit Smash. And this Detroit Smash completely annihilates the slime monster, which is already slightly damaged from Deku, and changes the weather. Yet again, All Might captures Bakugo and makes sure he's okay. Then he tells the press, basically, he just talks to the press and then he runs away. Deku is then slated for trying to help Bakugo, even though his situation wasn't very well, but also commended because he did actually help save Bakugo, letting him breathe a bit. It's then switched over to Bakugo, which is then being told that his quirks is quite powerful, and if you ever want, you could become a sidekick for me someday. Bakugo, annoyed by this and annoyed that the puny Deku would save him, is actually getting even more madder than before, because he saw Deku use some sort of quirk when he was swinging the crowbar afterwards, because he could see it shining, and he was confused how with just a crowbar he could do that much damage. And due to him being a smart kid, he puts it together and susses that Deku's a quirk, which angers him because he feels like Deku's been lying to him. And puny Deku is now strong and has a quirk, which isn't allowed. So anyway, Deku then walks home. He puts down, of course, he dropped the crowbar after the fight, and it was left there as like kind of criminal evidence, if you want to say that. Deku then walking home is then interrupted by All Might. That's when All Might goes, I thought you told me you were quirkless, or was that just a special martial arts move? Deku then says, well, it was a special martial arts move, yet against a slime monster, and with a crowbar, it shouldn't have really been that effective. And that's when, well, All Might goes to Deku, I think you have a quirk. Anyway, that doesn't matter. You have so much strength, not just within your own ability. You have strength to be a hero. So scratch everything I said. You can be a hero, and I'm gonna give you the ability how. And then Deku's like, okay. And All Might then says, I can give you my quirk, and you can become a hero by, well, accepting my quirk. I can help you become a hero, and even if you don't want to accept my quirk, I'm going to mentor you anyway. That's when Deku then says, I'm actually going to accept your quirk, and I would like you to train me. All Might wanting Deku to become the next symbol of peace, seeing himself within him, and also seeing the good positive traits that you need to become the symbol of peace, then says, okay, meet me at the beach tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. This is, of course, when the 10th-month training is going to happen. But I'm actually going to leave it here and talk about my channel for a bit. So, yeah. As for my channel, I just want to thank you yet again for 500 subs. Like and subscribe if you're new. But I'm going to focus a bit more on facts about my channel, basically. I'm going to try and stop making new ones. I have this habit of making a bunch of new ones and then only focusing on other ones to do part 2, part 3s, part 4s, part 5s. But instead, I'm going to try and put a part 2 to every single one I've done so far. This, of course, means I'll try and upload more lately because I do want to get new ones out as I do these part 2s, but I am going to be focusing a lot more on addressing the videos I already have up on my channel. So I just want to say that I just want to thank you guys as well, and I just want to thank you all for amazing all this attention, all this subscribers. It's absolutely fantastic. Keep up the good work, and have a nice day. Yeah, have a nice day.